Hi guys, I hope you've all had a great weekend. Today's Sunday, the 2nd of April already, can you believe it? I'm just coming with a quick video to get rid of basically my empties for March. They're all quite bitty actually, the bitty ones. There's bits and pieces that I wanted to get rid of. Small candles that I had to stack and keep in storage and things like that. So I'll come straight up with the first one. It's actually a medium Yankee candle. And this one is Orange Splash. I got this one from Boundary Mill, probably last August time, maybe something like that, August, September time, and obviously burnt a bit of it through the summer. Now you can see it looks like it's quite a bit left. You can see obviously it's been a fun candle, a bit messy candle. Yeah, it's I had quite a lot of fights with this one. You can see if I tilt it slightly, you can actually see the metal of the wick there, so it's completely done, completely gone. You can see there's quite a lot of residue on the sides there. I did fight with this candle quite a bit. Now, one thing to mention is there's actually no soot. It's the first Yankee candle, medium, large, small, whatever, that I've burnt for some time that actually hasn't sooted at all. It had no special treatment other than having its wicks cut whenever they needed, which I do with the other ones anyway. Scent-wise, I don't really care for it, if I'm honest. It's not a true to life orange scent. It's quite synthetic, I find, quite sweet. Not unpleasant, just not one that I'll be buying again, that's for sure. Certainly with the issues that I had. There you can see it struggled to pull out all the way. I did try pushing down the sides and things like that, but it kind of drowned the wick, and I had to cotton ball it, so that's that one. Incidentally, it's a 2015 pour, if you can see that there. Yeah, quite disappointing. So that's Yankee Candle Orange Splash. Next up is this DW Home one that I got from TK Maxx, I think, last year sometime. It's one that I lit once or twice when I felt quite poorly, and I kind of really went off the scent because it kind of reminded me of being ill. But I left it a while and forgot that and got on with burning it. Really heavy glass item, this one. And I think I very kindly wrote down, I paid £5.99 on the bottom for it. Quite a nice size. Scent-wise, it was really nice. It was a cool eucalyptus with the mint obviously thrown in there to kind of cut through the sweetness. Really pleasant, really nice. It was burnt in the living room. Enjoyed it quite a lot. The only thing that I didn't enjoy with the candle is it smoked terribly. You can probably see that, if there's a bit of glare on there, but you can probably see there's quite a bit of wax left inside it there. The discoloration isn't actually from this candle, it's something that I poured into the candle. The wax on this was actually creamy white, not that disgusting colour that you can see there. But I had issues with smoking. Now, because the glass is green, you probably can't see quite how dirty it is. There's a small chink here where you can see I've obviously got my finger in it at some point. That's the colour the glass should be. It really doesn't do the terribleness justice. It was so bad. Literally, I would trim the wick and I'd sit there and look and I'd see little smoke trails going up, so I just gave up in the end, gave up to it. So not sure what was wrong with that one, but it was a shame because it was a really nice scent. If I saw it again, I would probably hesitate to pick it up again, just because I can't be dealing with things that are throwing up smoke trails and things like that in the living room. I don't really want to be painting my walls all the time. Next up is this, I think it's just a Glade one, is it? Yeah, it's just a Glade candle. Now, I got a ton of these last Christmas before, I can't remember, from somewhere like Tesco for about 50p each. This one is like I'm not sure what the scent is because the box wasn't with it, but it's quite a sweet caramel type scent. Not quite sure what it is. It doesn't actually tell you on the bottom either. It's just a generic label. But I actually really rate the Glade candles. For the price you can get them at, if you can get them cheaper. I know they are supposed to be $4.99, $5.99, which is a bit daft really for a Glade candle. But if you can get them for cheap enough, I mean, look at the burn on that. There's literally no sooting, and it's just all the way to the bottom. You can see the metal wick there. And I think I actually had to extinguish this. It was still going at the point when there was nothing left. So yeah, I'd always pick up a Glade candle if I can get them cheap enough. If I can get them under £1, then yeah, it's a winner. Next up is the next Glade candle. This was one of the Christmassy ones. I think this is the like appley type cinnamon scent. Again, yeah, nothing wrong with this Glade candle. Again, it's gone right to the bottom. You can't quite, I think I may extinguish, I can't remember if I extinguished it or not, it's quite a while ago, it was well into early March. But it is right at the bottom anyway, and obviously there's not too much mess around the sides there, so yeah, nice scent. It's enough to set up the living room, so happy with that. Next up is this Peck Sniffs candle that again I got from TK Maxx, $5.99. I've very handily written on the bottom there. Now this is in the scent Leather and Oak Moss, which was such a lovely, lovely scent. I mean, I still love the scent now, smelling it. Quite masculine, quite like a masculine aftershave type scent. But again, this one was a nightmare. You can see the wick there is like a puny little thing, and it was just puttering out the whole time. I really struggled with it. I had to actually cotton ball it a couple of times at least, and it just wouldn't light again. It was just driving me bananas. And again, there was quite a bit of smoke. Now, because it's black, you can't see, but there is like sooting in there as well, which is not great. So I won't be buying Peck Sniffs again. It's actually the second Peck Sniffs I had, which hasn't really performed. And okay, yes, I only paid $5.99 for it, but I think these are around £20 mark, which, yeah, it's not going to happen. If it's not performing, it's not going to happen. Next up, I've got this small melt candle. You've heard me talk about melt before, I'm sure. Really, really like melt candles. This one was a bit of a pain in the backside, however. It was another one that just kept wanting to putter out all the time. I don't think I paid much for this. I think I got this on Amazon with another order. It's probably a couple of quid or something like that. But these full price are supposed to be like £10, $9.95, something like that. They do throw really well. I'll give them that. For the size of the candle, this will actually, it'll scent up your living room or your bathroom, your landing, wherever you might want to put it. It smells really nice. It's in the scent, I think it's Shine. It doesn't tell you, but I think it's Shine. Now this bit here on the side, it's not actually sooting. That's from me actually trying to light the wick inside, and it's kind of burnt across the glass a little bit. So yeah, not great on that one, unfortunately. Next up is this Black Sherry Merlot. Now this is the second one that I've had from B&M stores, and you'll probably notice that actually I've got another one burning there, which I bought today. I really rate these candles. £2.99. The scent that through on this is much better than some Yankee candles, if I'm honest. It's a really nice scent, really strong. The burn wasn't brilliant. You can see there's a giant chunk of wax there, but the wicks themselves were not essential when I bought it. But you know what, for £2.99, there's some real hours on this as well. I mean, I must have been burning this for 3 weeks probably, on and off, and it only just got done towards the end of March, and you can see it's obviously put itself out there. I won't bother chunking that out. I've got enough things to chunk out because I've obviously got another one as well. That'll just go straight into the recycling bin once I've cleaned the glass. And again, no sooting as well. I mean, it's messy, yes, but there's no real sooting there, and the scent is lovely. Kind of a rip-off of a Bath & Body Works candle, but yeah, if you can find those in B&M for £2.99, I'd definitely give it a go. They do have other scents. There's definitely a Lakeside one. There's definitely a brown sugar allspice, I think. There's quite a few of them, but this one's the one that I've tried and tested, and I really do rate it. Incidentally, when I went in today, when I picked up this one here, they seem to have changed the packaging slightly on some of the new ones. They've got like, it's a bit more fancy, it's a bit of like gold decoration, and it had a copper hammered lid as well, and they were $3.99, so I thought, so next time I go in, I'm going to stock up on the old style just in case they're going up by £1. Next up is this Aroma Works. This is a set that I got for Christmas. It's got yin and yang. I think I've only burnt one of them though. The candle itself is here. This one is the Yang candle. Really lovely scent. It's very much spa-like, quite peppery. I think it does give a description as well. So this is Yang. Yang is the experience of whole leaf and nutmeg, it says there. Now this set is an expensive brand. I think these are about £11 to buy, but this was terrible. I mean, look at that. It was awful from start to finish, really. I struggled with it. For the size of the candle, I really struggled with it, and that wick got drowned. And actually, it's this that I poured. It's this that I poured into that DW Home one, actually. I mean, look at the state of that. I mean, I was trying, I think last night, to try and get a bit more out of it, and it was just dying off. So that's really terrible. Now, I have a friend who's got some of these who actually gave me the set for Christmas, and hers have done perfectly fine, so Amazon's got a dud. The other one I don't think I've lit yet, so we'll see next time in Empties next time. The scent, though, is lovely. If I saw a bigger candle, I would definitely buy them. The scent's lovely. Next up is this DW Home. It was the pillar candle that I got in TK Maxx the same time as I got the Peck Sniffs and the DW Home one. This one I think was about £3, and it was a big chunk of a candle. Really liked it actually. It went down to pretty much nothing, but it did take quite a while to get down. It's the Tea Collection by DW Home, and it's in vanilla tea. All I really smelt was like a honey scent, really. Couldn't really smell the tea or anything. Vanilla honey scent. Really nice. Would definitely pick up that again. It was inside like a hurricane, because obviously it was just a pillar candle, so no glass to stop it from melting everywhere. But really enjoyed the scent. Well worth picking up if you see those in TK Maxx or wherever else they may sell them. Next up is a few of the melts that I've been going through. So go for this one. So Moonlight. This is one that I don't really remember this one actually. I think this must have been very, very early on in March. I think I remember it was quite weak actually. I think it's a nice, it's really lost its scent. It's picked up like a vanilla type scent. From what I remember it was quite forgettable really. Just a fresh type scent, so yeah, I don't remember that too much. It obviously can't have been that brilliant because I don't really remember it, but that's Moonlight. Then we've got an All Is Bright there, which I've had in candle form. Like the scent, lovely scent, very fresh, grapefruity, effervescent. We've talked about it before. I like it any time of the year really, even though it was one of Yankee's Christmas scents. Would definitely pick that up again, one of my favourites. Next up is Angel Wings. This is some stock that I'm just basically trying to get rid of. It's stuff that I've had for a long time, which I really want rid of. Spoke about Angel Wings before. The scent on cold is lovely. It's like a spun sugar type scent, but the throw's pretty terrible, certainly on the candle. This was a little bit better with it being a melt, and it was more direct, but still it was pretty weak even for the melt type, so I wouldn't even bother picking these up again, even though the scent itself is lovely. Bit disappointing. Next up, we've got my lovely Cherries on Snow. This is part of a massive set that I got. I got like 20 of these in Boundary Mill. Went a bit crazy because it's quite hard to come by, or has been hard to come by. Love the scent, very strong. It's in. Still think it's actually still in the centerpiece. It's probably got another burn on that, but yeah, love Cherries on Snow. Would definitely try that out. Recommend that to anyone. Next up is, this is an old one. It's one that I found at the back of the cupboard actually. You can see it's a bit of a mess, is the cellophane there. It's the Cherry Vanilla by Simply Home, which is now discontinued. It's now Home Inspiration or something similar of that type. Even though it was messy and it was all crumbled up, it was still a lovely burn. It was upstairs in the landing, and it probably lasted 3 burns, so maybe about 12 hours, maybe a bit more on that. Nice scent. I know people think it's inferior, Simply Home or Home Inspiration, but it's not my experience, so I would pick them up whenever I see them at a good price. I've actually got 2 of these, so I don't know, what was that one? Yeah, got 2 of these. Cherry Vanilla, you can see it's another one that I've obviously found back at the cupboard, all messy and disgusting, so that's another one that went in, and again, same as the other one, there was nothing wrong with it, it was just a bit messy, that's all. This one, I can't remember what this one was. I think this was Blissful Autumn. You can see I've obviously had it in the centrepiece. Yeah, you can just very slightly smell pear on that. So it was Blissful Autumn. It was a votive that I picked up at Boundary Mill, I believe, for about 50p that I melted. Nice scent. I think the wax was a little bit older. It kind of had a starchy potato scent towards the end. But other than that, it was very nice for first, say maybe 10 hours in the centrepiece. So yeah, I believe it's discontinued. Probably won't see that again, but it was a nice melt. And then lastly, just looking around at the floor, make sure I've not missed anything. lastly, I've got this one, which obviously I'm going to chuck into the warmers at some point. This is one of the Melt candles. This is Eden, one of my very, very favourite scents from Melt. It was one of the pillar candles, so it was probably about so tall, and obviously it melts down. This is what I'm kind of left with at the end. So right down to the bottom. I actually put that out myself because you can see there's still a little bit of wick on there, but I didn't want it to go right down to the bottom there. So this is what's left, and it'll get chucked into the melter. Chunked up, beautiful scent, so fresh, so nice. I think the scent description said it's like a fig type scent, but it's not like the Yankee Candle fig. It's very, very fresh, very spring-like. Would recommend Melt to anybody. One of my favourite brands of candles. And I'm looking around, and I think that is everything for this month. So I've done quite a lot of melting rather than burning, which is kind of what I lean towards when it gets warmer in summer and spring, just because I don't really want the heat of a candle in the house or anything. I do tend to melt a lot more. But that's what I have. I hopefully will have a small haul coming up shortly because I've got a trip planned in a couple of weeks, so no doubt candles will be involved somewhere along the lines. But until then, thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.